green is just a separate entity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right? Everybody need more.
So there's no, everybody need more green, man. Yeah.
Need more green, baby.
Yeah, man. So I mean, I wish we could have did this on Zoom, but you know, I still got my Zoom going. It's working. You know what it was? I didn't reboot my computer like in a long time or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So you know, you got to reboot it. It's just like going to sleep. You got to restore yourself, whether it's you or your computer, your mental computer, whatever. You feel me?
Truth. Yeah, mine. I haven't touched mine in a while either. You know, you got all handheld devices. You really don't sit down.
Yeah. But it's still good that, you know, you have, I noticed, you know, on Facebook and just social media in general, you always have like really, really good takes. You don't have like a cliche, like just way of thinking, you know what I'm saying? You like non-Christian, just like myself. You understand what I'm saying? So we agree and we see eye to eye like on a lot of things. Me, you, and your sister. And anybody like, you know what I'm saying, that aligns with me, man, I got nothing but love for, and I just love conversing and just building with y'all friends, because y'all really objective, you know what I'm saying, not emotional. You come from a logical standpoint, but it rubs a lot of people the wrong way.
Yeah, I know, man. You know, I get people call my baby mother and be like, "Ah, man, your baby dad crazy." You know what I mean, man? I mean, you have to put yourself outside the box. You know, and what's funny to me is that with all the things that we've learned and all the knowledge that has been passed down, we don't pay attention to none of that shit.
None of
the
it.
things that's happening now are just repeats of the things that's happened before. And this is when we say, don't learn from the past, you're destined to repeat it. You know, because these things go in cycles, man. This is not nothing new.
Yeah.
You know, we don't learn from it. And that's the stuff that angers me, man. Like we don't, our parents go through it, the kids forget it. Then the kids go through it, and it's like, you know, it's this new thing, but this stuff has been done before, man.
Yeah. And the thing is, like a lot of black folks in general, a lot of us, we just come from the South. And no disrespect to the South or to our elders, man, but we not that far removed from slavery, and just a lot of our Southern, you know, ancestors, all the things that they adopted from white people, whether it's from diet, religion, and things of that nature. Even though a lot of that stuff is bad for us, but it's like it's just so hard for us to let that stuff go, man. You know what I mean? Because as kids, you try to question your grandparents, you get beat by your grandparents and stuff like that, even though we have enough technology and enough information to disprove almost all of our beliefs that we grew up with. But just a lot of us just refuse to let that stuff go. And that's insane to me, man, you know?
It's indoctrinated in us, man.
Yeah,
you know, we revere our ancestors so much that we can't get past their dreams and aspirations.
Yeah.
You know, we make their dreams and aspirations our dreams and aspirations, but we live in a different time. You know, I always tell people we got to redefine what it is to be black, because we are not ancestors, man. Our ancestors were a totally different group of people with a totally different mindset.
Right.
We are not them, man. We're not brave like them. We don't have the fortitude that they had. You know, we don't have none of them. So we have to redefine this stuff, man. And we so indoctrinated by it that we can't get over it. Like, we just want the things that they wanted. We don't see any clear path to the future. We just want what our grandparents wanted. The right to vote and this and that. And, you know, those are good things, but you have to realize what comes with those kind of freedoms. You know, the vote ain't always the way to go.
No,
and
right.
People don't, you know, you say that and people act like you beating them. You know, I mean, outside the box. Like with this thing with this last cycle. I said, we have to learn how to amass power. Now imagine if we would have withheld the vote, right? If we would have just said, if black people collectively would have just said, look, we not voting, fuck y'all. We're not gonna vote. That next election cycle, they would have had to give us what we wanted.
They would have had to been, They
would have had to been at least like, look, in order for us to get this voting block, we have to listen to these. We have to really listen to these people. From that moment forward, we would have been in control. Because we could have put anybody in office then, man.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then there's other groups that aren't known for voting. I think like Jewish people, like some Asian groups, and they thrive just fine because, you know, they have their own infrastructure, their own community, and they have more unity amongst themselves. Yes, they may have squabbles. Yes, they may not agree with things across the board, but they still stay on code and they try to handle things in house. Which brings me to because, you know, we could talk about this political stuff, but there's a main reason why I brought you on this pod. And I don't do podcasts. I don't do the stuff to call individuals out. You know what I'm saying? I call out ideas because usually if a certain person thinks a certain way, that just represents like thousands of people. You know what I'm saying? Thousands of people share that sentiment. And when I say like different groups, like they'll have their squabbles, but they'll still keep things like in the house. We don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Something will go wrong in our house, and then we hopping on white people's platforms, and we pointing the fingers, and we condemning others. You know, say others within our group on foreigners platforms. Now, if one of ours did wrong, like your brother do something wrong, my brother do something wrong, whatever, you know, whatever time they're gonna get, whatever, you know, whatever calamity that befalls them. But I'm not gonna hop on a white platform and shit on my brother. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what he did, it's enough other people from other groups that's hanging us already and doing that, whether they're innocent or guilty. Let them do that, and let's handle our stuff within our house. And I just hate it when, you know, like Bill Cosby actually was recently released from prison. And there's just like a large group of black people, from celebrities to regular people. They're just so upset and they have so much anger and they have so much fervor. And if you feel that way, that's cool. But to go on this strong ass crusade publicly on white platforms to try to put them down when you don't necessarily have all the information and you aren't being objective, you're being emotional. I got a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? And what makes it even worse is that you have different individuals from other groups like Dylan Roof, like George Zimmerman, like Darren Sholin, just to name a quick three, that have done things like far more heinous, you know, and there's far more proof of what they did, but you don't hear any of these black people really saying anything about them ever. You do a name search with their names, with Darren Sholin, George Zimmerman, and Dylan Roof, no results.
You're not gonna
see. Bill, Bill, he's a rapist, he's this, he's that. But it's like you don't 100% know. And anybody that's somewhat objective, like listen, I'm not no champion for Bill Cosby. I never really thought his stand-up was funny. I like Fat Albert and the Cosby Show and stuff like that. But he definitely was a womanizer. A lot of stuff that he going through brought on himself. You know what I'm saying? Because
womanizer. That don't make him wrong.
No, because Camille had to know he was doing this thing. But see, when you go out here and you start lying to these hoes, I'm going to promise you to get you on the show. I'm going to promise you this. I'm going to give you the money. You know what I'm saying? And you smash them and don't deliver.
In Cosby's case, I don't really think it was what he promised her, man. You know, I think I can't speak for the woman, but from what I've read from 2004, I think the woman really expected something, like most women do from celebrity, you know, famous. They think their life gonna change, you know. And I think this woman really thought that Camille, he was gonna leave his wife, you know. Or I really think that, man, because, you know, the stuff that I read from the depositions in 2004, this thing should have never went to trial. It should have never went to trial at the beginning. You know, he found him not guilty in 2004. He walked, and this woman was still calling him. Like, the profile don't fit. Like, I know some have been assaulted, unfortunately, and the profile don't fit. It take them months to even face this. Some of them don't even want to go to court to face this dude. The assaulter. But here you have a woman who after she was allegedly assaulted, she called this man 53 times. Like, all this stuff.
Did she still like hang out with him after that? Like, they still was chilling and stuff, or he was still
her mother to his shows, man. Her mother was knitting sweaters, man. That tells me that either her mother's an idiot or her mother didn't know she didn't tell her mother this part of this story. Because what mother would knit the man who assaulted her daughter sweaters? Like, So,
yeah, see, I didn't even. That's why I brought you on. Like the intricate details, I didn't even know that. You know,
this stuff was all out in 04, man. This stuff is in the court
it's
documents
old.
before.
But as the rabbit hole gets deeper, it wasn't something like whoever Bill Cosby's prosecutor was had problems with like somebody on Bill Cosby's, like somebody associated with Bill Cosby in the law or something like that. And it was like
Bill was Bruce Castor.
Uh-huh.
And the real thing, the problem with it is for me was the prosecutors. The prosecutor, I have a problem with the prosecutor. So the prosecutor who tried the case in 04 said, it's not enough evidence here to convict this man of rape. They told him that in 04, right? So he walks. The next prosecutor that's in line to go against when he's up for re-election, the guy that's trying to take his spot, he's running
That's right.
background of I'll arrest Bill Cosby. You know, so she gets behind his campaign 100%. She gets behind his campaign 100%. He wins. So now he goes, and that's his main thing.
That's his crusade.
That's his crusade.
Yeah.
You know, so I really want somebody to investigate this woman's relationship.
You know what I heard too? Like all like the 50 or 60 women that accuse Bill Cosby of sexual assault, they all represented by the same dude.
Yeah.
It's like, how the hell he find? You're like, you mean to tell me 40 or 50 years go by, nobody says anything, and then all of a sudden in 2017 or whenever it popped back off, all just he found 50 or 60 different, like collectively. What do you do? Put out an ad in the yellow pages, like if you've been raped by Bill Cosby, hit me up.
They were just grabbing women that was closely associated to Bill Cosby.
Yeah, and a lot of that stuff, it was like, oh, he looked at me wrong, he touched my shoulder, like all of it, like, because they say 50 cases, but all of it wasn't like sexual assault. It was just like a myriad of things. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, the woman, Monique Presley, black, beautiful black woman.
Yep.
And they took this out. This is why they didn't show in the media. They didn't show a lot of his trials and stuff. Because she was shutting them bras down one by one. She called them all. It went from 50. Then it went.
Oh, yeah, I remember her. Yep.
Monique Presley. See, the whole shit funny. When they first went to court, when the trial first started, the judge said he wasn't allowing any of these fake-ass women to come up here and testify. He wasn't allowing that. But when the case started sliding towards Cosby's favor, he said, okay, I'll allow some of the women come in. See, that's the thing with this bullshit, man.
Right. How could you? That's I mean to cut you off because you probably was gonna say it, and that's unfair. You getting tried for rape, right? How you gonna bring 5 people who he didn't get convicted for their testimony? He did this. It's like if he wasn't convicted for those 5 different women, they shouldn't have been admissible in court to say, oh, he did this to me, he did that to me. They should have had their own cases against them. You know what I'm saying?
That's why they went and got the 50. Because in public opinion, before if you got a high profile case, you try it in the public first.
Yeah.
Before you even get
for sure.
This is how they do it, man. So if you win in your case, they gonna wheel in 100 women just so public opinion can be against you.
Well, that's what the law do in general. If you get caught up in the law, they try to hit you like with a lot of charges just to make you cop out to one in hopes that it sticks. Like, you know, they'll give you this, oh, you got capital murder. But if you plead a manslaughter 2, we give you 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Like they do some, they scare you with the
Yeah, man.
They scare you with some great. And there's a lot of innocent people in prison. Either A, they couldn't afford a lawyer, a proper lawyer to get them off, or B, they were so afraid of the most negative outcome. You know what I'm saying? And they probably did something, but maybe not as egregious as the way that they're trying to paint it. So they're like, all right, bump it. I'll cop out, which is bullshit.
It was. Think about how effective it was, right?
Yeah.
He put out all these women. And what you hear? Oh, he had to do something.
He had to do something.
Right.
Like when did America stop believing in conspiracy? Like if you got money and influence, it's not hard to get a whole bunch of people to corroborate a story.
Funny that you say that, man. I can't remember the joke, but people believe in conspiracy, but they don't really. I think Eddie Murphy said it. You know, yeah, I believe it happened, but I don't really think it happened. You know, these things happen. These things happen, man. I mean, it's a history of it. You know, I'm a historian, right?
Yeah.
Years in history. So if you go back, man, these people have been doing things like that forever.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
It's like we know it, but we don't believe it.
Yeah.
You know what? Okay, I know that they do this, but they really won't do that, will they? Yes, they will.
Like, yeah.
They done shot us up with syphilis, gave us all.
Yeah.
And you still don't think these people will do this?
Yeah.
They will do this stuff, man. They will do this stuff. So, and the proof is in the pudding, right?
Yep.
You see all these people talking about, well, it was that he had it, this many women couldn't do. Yes, they can. Man.
Yes, they can.
Yes, they can.
It's all represented. See, the thing, like, I could see if it was like 15 or 20 different lawyers and it was represented by a lot of different people. But it's literally one dude, coordinated, orchestrated. And when you find like the background as far as, how, the new prosecutor, you know what I'm saying, wasn't friends with the old person or whatever that he beat out or whatever. And when you figure out the crusade and you see like the politicalness behind it, you can understand why the Supreme Court turned it over.
Right. It was
and that's the thing, like so many people, he must have did it, he just got off on the technicality. So you mean to tell me like the highest court in Pennsylvania don't know what they're doing, but you as an innocent bystander, you didn't read any of the affidavits, you didn't read no information, you didn't study this at all. You literally just watching like different news clippings and different like social media posts, and you think that the little bit of information that you have is more valid than the highest Supreme Court that turned it over for a black man? How often does that happen?
He did that for a black man. Now it's a technicality.
Listen. It's a rapper named Raz Kaz, and he had this one line. He said, "It ain't baseball. America's favorite national pastime is white supremacy. Never seen a nigga granted clemency. We don't never see niggas get granted clemency. So like, and now we get it. You know what I'm saying? Like OJ, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's a different situation. But now, in the rare instances, we get it. And we still got, and I'm sorry to say it, some of these cats look like coons and self-haters mad at that shit, yo. You know what I'm saying? He's just a rapist. How can people be like, and I'm like, yo.
With so much that man has did for black
That's what I'm saying.
He's deserved the benefit of a doubt.
Yeah, yes.
He deserved that, man. But you see how the tricky these motherfuckers are, right? You can change one word in a sentence, and it'll change the whole description of the sentence, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, Quaaludes haven't been on the market since 83.
83.
Why the fuck is the narrative he was giving these women Quaaludes? Because the media said Quaaludes. In the documents from 04, it was blue pills, right? Mm-hmm. And the court said when they did the whatever, it was antihistamine.
Yeah, once they did the toxicology yeah.
So she was woozy off Benadryl. Because it wasn't Quaaludes. Quaaludes ain't been made since 83. So this old ass man got a stash of Quaaludes in the house.
And then on top of that, don't pills got like some type of expiration date? Is it you mean to tell me them pills gonna last 30 years and still be okay to take to eat?
30, 40 years, right? So
some pills?
Her statement in 04 was her statement in 04 was she went to dinner with her friend that night, had some drinks. And then after the dinner, decided to go to Cosby house. For what?
Yeah.
I'm going over there to talk about stress. This isn't a court documents, man. This case was fucked up from the jump. I'm going to Bill Cosby house.
She don't got no family.
Famously married. I'm going to his house to talk about stress. So I'm going to leave my good friends, who I usually would talk to about stress.
Your family, all that, mother, all that.
To go talk to Bill Cosby about stress.
At 2, 3 in the morning.
At 2, 3 in the morning. Then she wakes up. She's groggy and I can't remember anything, but I remember my breast being wet. Like, what? Man.
That's another thing. How is all these people all of a sudden having such a great memory while being unconscious?
Unconscious. That's why they threw that shit.
That's a logical fallacy. Like now, if he took the buns and you awake and it's happening, yeah. Right. But like all these situations involve people that's being like knocked out completely. Like it just don't make no sense.
But she remembered Bill Cosby fingering her vigorously. Like, what are you talking about, lady? Like, man, and you know, society is trained. I don't give a f how strong women say they are. They can be strong, right?
Yeah.
But society is trained to look at them as weak. Women, children, animals. You can't do shit to them groups.
Nope.
Throw your ass under the jail. This country has a history of crying rape toward innocent black men. Look at the fuck they did to Kobe. They still call Kobe a rapist.
As soon as he died in that tragic accident, I'm just looking at my timeline. The racists started coming out the woodwork. You know what I'm saying? And that's good because he raped somebody. You know, over some shit that he never even got convicted of. In 2004, 17 years ago, and they couldn't even let this man give him a proper send off. You know what I'm saying? Like even after you know, it wasn't that he got off; it was thrown out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's just insane, you know. But it's like that whole, like during the Jim Crow days. This is where King Kong came from. The whole black brute, the black strong brute is going to steal your white women, and we're just overly sexed, and we got to kill them all. And if there's an accusation, the black man did it. You know what I'm saying? Like
that caricature is actually from the marijuana prohibition days, where they call black brutes and shit like that. That's why they banned marijuana. But it also helped to further this narrative that black men are animals and brutes.
Yeah,
and we go crazy.
You
know, so yeah, that's where that comes from. But man, this country, and I tell people all the time on my page, man, white women are just as fucking, they're more racist than white.
Oh hell yeah!
White woman to get you killed quicker than any crime you can commit, man. A white woman, man. So I just can't understand why we don't get the benefit of a doubt when it comes to these offenses against white women. Like,
but you know what? Towards white people, I get why we don't get the benefit of doubt from the perspective of a white person. Because overall, that, you know what I'm saying, that's the quote unquote enemy. I get that. I just have a problem when it's our own people that are condemning each other, you know what I'm saying, instead of allowing them to do that. Now, like I said, if somebody's blatantly doing something, and you know what I'm saying, that's a family member or whatever, a person in the black community, cool. But still don't go on white platforms and try to condemn our heroes and things of that nature based on your own hangups or based on your own opinions or based on something that you probably went through, but you're not even looking at all the facts. You're not even being objective, and you're calling names and you're trying to shame other people just because they don't share the same mindset. Like one thing I noticed about you, even though you might not agree with somebody or share somebody's particular thoughts, you always come at it mature. You always come at it objective, and you never put down the next man and call him a weirdo or something like that just because they think different. You just lay out the facts like real logic. You like Spock from Star Trek, yo. And that's how you're supposed to be. Like if you're totally objective, you're thinking from a logical standpoint, your emotions, that's the last thing that's going to come out unless somebody's like blatantly being egregious. And even then you can still have control over that situation. And it's just sad. And it's almost like a lot of our black people, man, like they just want brownie points. Like you saw the chick Janet from Fresh Prince, the original Aunt Viv. She came out against Felicia Rashad. That's just disgusting. How dare you? Like Jaleel White came out against it. It was a whole bunch of celebrities. Like it's basically like, and it's mostly celebrities that ain't getting that much work. And it's basically, if you trying to be famous and you somewhat in the game and you shit on Bill Cosby, it's kind of like the liberals, the left, it's going to be like a boost or a joke for your career. You know what I'm saying? But all the people that support Bill Cosby, all the the famous cats, they the ones that be having problems. Like I don't know if Cat Williams do, but I know like Eddie Griffin, Faison Love. I think Tommy Sotomayor kind of a little bit, but most people that support him are just more objective or more logical are people that have trouble in the entertainment industry in general when they take that more right stand. You know what I'm saying?
You will, man. They're pushed back, man. And you know, I'm not in the industry, but from what you see, Jim Carrey too. Like that's another one that's getting pushed. He kind of you haven't seen this guy. He's getting pushed out because of his views. You have to have.
Oh, yeah, he's anti-religious, very philosophical.
Yeah,
on some law of attraction type shit. Yeah.
You have to have certain strings on your back to be in there,
Yeah.
man. As far as black people go, I tell my man all the time, I don't think we've been trained to think critically. We over emotional about everything. Everything gets us upset, you know. Everything, man. So you can't have a viewpoint that goes against or that's contradictory to a subgroup in our, because we have sub in our culture, you know. You can't go against that because it'll be, oh well, this dude. Man, people told me I hate women. You hate women. Yo.
Oh, don't tell them that you like to watch Kevin Samuels. Some of these simps, man, they hate you. Kevin Samuels is one of the most logical people on the internet right now. And one of the most, if you listen to him objectively, one of the most beneficial people for black men that's trying to step their game up, and for black women that's trying to deal with a higher quality of people. And I got so many people that come, and I'm like, yo, he telling you to wait till you're married to have kids, to get in shape, to flip your money, and to be in your purpose and work 60 hours a week. What the hell is wrong with any of that? Just because he make jokes and say you bigger than a running back, I'm sorry, but if you're a woman and you 5'9" and you weigh 220, you are bigger than Emmitt Smith.
You can't say that though, man. I think our people, man, I call them idolaters, man. We idol worshipers, man. Black people at our core, we're idol worshipers, man. We've been trained to be entertainers. We like to worship people that don't tell us about ourselves. One of the biggest drawbacks with Bill Cosby, like a lot of people didn't like, is the fact that people don't like the self-righteous person that's telling you like you should be doing this, you should be doing that, and then it comes out that he was a womanizer. That's what makes him look bad. But if you take away the womanizing, is anything that he's saying wrong though? Stop sagging your pants. I don't give a fuck who Bill Cosby fuck.
Yeah, right? Me neither.
Man has done too much for black people.
Scholarships, all kinds. You know, painting us in a pot. I think wasn't like the Cosby Show, like Claire, she was a lawyer, he was a gynecologist. It's kind of ironic that he was a gynecologist and he loved playing with pussy in real life. But that's I mean, I said it's kind of ironic that he played a gynecologist and he loved playing with the pussy in real life and shit. But you know what I'm saying? He even had there was an episode in the Cosby Show where he put a special potion in the sauce, in the meat sauce, barbecue sauce. Yeah. And it made everybody horny. So they say like art imitates life. That's another thing too. They was like, oh, you giving people Spanish fly, that's messing up. Spanish fly don't knock people out or nothing like that. It just make you feel a little bit horny. That's all.
Spanish fly don't work.
Yeah, but even if it make you just because something makes you a little bit horny, that don't mean you want to have sex with everybody.
Right.
I could, the way Viagra work, you pop a Viagra, but if you're not sexually attracted to somebody, it won't work. You still have to be attracted to somebody. That's the same thing.
For it to work.
Yeah, but I hate when they try to like demonize. They was selling Spanish fly in the gas station. Really? They gonna sell a rape drug in the gas station? Like right. Shut up. You know what I'm saying? But they try to spin it, and eventually Spanish fly became Quaaludes or whatever. But like the whole thing with Cosby, like you were talking about we deify people. I don't deify Cosby. Like I said, as a comic, didn't really make me laugh. I love his shows, love the cartoons or whatever. Yes, if you're self-righteous, like overly self-righteous, and you're condescending, that can be a turn off. You know what I'm saying? I heard behind the scenes he was like on sets, he was a scumbag and used to cuss people out, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But despite all that, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna hate the dude or trash him or try to like hold some type of crusade against him just because he said a couple of things that I may not agree with or that kind of rubs me the wrong way. And it's like some people, they taking this crusade against him as if they was in the room like he's Satan or something like that. And it's mostly black people doing it to him. But these same people never talked about Dylan Roof, never talked about George Zimmerman, never talked about Derek Chauvin. They got no post saying nothing about the people. Like, if these same people would have had the same energy towards these white race soldiers, then I could be like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Across the board, you get at everybody. But you know how many posts and stuff I saw of when Dylan Roof shot up that church, they talking about, oh, we should just forgive him. We should just forgive him. God forgives. Tell me one black person that said Bill Cosby should be forgiven. God forgives. Nobody said that shit, yo.
No.
Nobody said that shit, man.
No. And you know it's sad to me, man, because the history of white women calling rape on Duke. That's what broke me down, man. Like,
yeah,
you know, we have generations of dead incarcerated black men because some white woman said they did something to them, you know, without any proof, without any evidence of anything, man. And that's the thing that pissed me off, man. It's like nobody paid attention to the 04 case. But as soon as it was reopened, it's like they forgot that shit, and everything from that point on became the truth. Like the changing of the pill, the blue pill,
she was changing her time and dates and stuff like that, and
nobody paid attention. Like I was,
and then they try to take the deposition. Like, look, he admitted that he raped. He didn't. Yo, Bill Cosby never said he raped. Of course, no. If he said he raped, if he said that, he would be gone. First of all, and B, he never even did. He even say? Is there a statement of him saying he even had sex with her?
No. Well, he said they had consensual sex.
Okay.
Sex.
But she said, I have a headache. I feel kind of sick or whatever. He said, we'll take these pills. He didn't, like, is there any record of him saying, I slipped these in their drinks when they wasn't paying attention?
No. On record is her saying she was at dinner with her friends. She went over to Cosby's house to talk about stress. Now, I don't know no woman that goes to see a man to talk about stress. They don't use us in that manner. They relieve stress with us. They talk about stress with their friends. You're not coming over my house at 2 in the morning.
2 in the morning.
To talk to me about stress.
With a married man on top of that.
A famously married man.
Like, nobody's talking about her moral compass. Like, if she was assaulted, and I highly doubt she was, huh?
Nobody ever talks about women's moral compasses. This is why they're unaccountable. They never talk about that.
Yeah, it's never their fault.
Right. It's never her.
When you have sex with a woman, like you have kids. I don't have kids or whatever, but you have sex with a woman, and as soon as she get mad, what she say? You got me pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
He's your kid. Wait, hold up. We got each other pregnant. Yep. What do you talk? It takes two. I didn't take it like, oh, you take the buns. That's one thing, but no. This is something that we mutually shared, and on top of that, you chose not to take the morning after pill. You chose not to get an abortion. You chose to carry it for 9 months. You chose to risk your life and give birth. You chose to keep it after you give birth. There's like 5 or 6 different steps that a woman has to take in order to like actually bring the child into the world before it gets to that point. You know what I'm saying? I can't not make you not have the baby grow inside you. I can't make you not give birth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can't make you like not want to keep it. I can't do none of that stuff. That's all in the woman. But it's
after my initial ejaculation.
Release. Yeah.
I'm out of that process.
Yeah. Women, they have all the power as they should, because like men, both of us, we have different advantages. Like, we're physically stronger, so we have to be conscious of our power and how we can destroy them, like physically. We got to be conscious of that. But they have the power to bring life into the world. So they have to be conscious and responsible from that aspect. We both have major things that we have to be responsible for. If you're a good husband, you take care of your wife, provide, blah, 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 all that good stuff. And her job is to nurture and raise the kids while you out there getting that bag. Y'all both, because if y'all both out there getting the bag and working, who the hell raising the kids to take care of the kids? Right. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's how the roles should be. Now, if you want to flip the roles, if you want to flip it and the dude be Mr. Mom and the chick get the bag, whatever, but somebody got to be home at those kids are those crucial, first 10 or 12 years, like consistently being in their lives. You know what I'm saying? Until they're more self-sufficient. Yeah. But they want, roles want to be reversed, or she want to place the blame, and you shouldn't have did this. It's like, yo, I want to smash if you didn't let me. What are you talking about? I would have put on a condom if you told me. I want to bust inside of you if you told me not to.
My responsibility too. I was talking to a woman the other day about that very thing, man. And the first thing is, well, why didn't you have any protection? And I'm like, well, look, you're an adult too. That goes both ways.
Oh yeah, for sure. It froze up. Oh, go ahead. It froze up. No.
Contraceptives, the responsibility of having contraceptives is not solely on the man. Like,
it's not solely on the man.
Right. If I don't have any, then you should have some. Or you should have a diaphragm or whatever it is.
But I feel like it should be on both of us. But I feel like as far as contraceptive, I think it's more on the woman because she has the higher risk of things that can go wrong. Like if I smash a chick, the most that can happen, obviously she can accuse me of rape, but we're going to take that to the table. Like this is the assumption that, it's consensual, whatever. She's not no crazy person that's going to scream rape. But the most that happens to me, I can catch a disease or I can get her pregnant. She can catch a disease or get pregnant, or she can have a bad pregnancy, or she could die from the pregnancy. Like there's a lot more things that can happen. Her body can be ruined. She gets fatter. There's a whole bunch of she has a lot more at stake. There's a lot more negativity at stake that can happen with her. So she should be. You know what I'm saying? She should be even more cautious than even the guy. Yes, the man should be cautious, but there's a lot more wrong things that can happen to her as opposed that can happen to the guy.
Right.
It's her house. It's her womb.
Right. And women have sensitive bodies, man. Like, I try to listen as much as I can to them. They say I hate them, but I try to listen. Some of them, I've dated women that were allergic to certain types of plastic and latex.
Yeah, of course.
It's just a lot of stuff with them, man. So,
some of them be lying though. They be saying they're allergic, but they just want that raw, man.
I've been there too.
You just roll the dice. You be like, man, I hope I don't get that snake eyes, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't crap out. We've all been there. You understand what I'm saying? But it's like women. It's crazy because women want to be viewed. Oh, we're so powerful. We're so strong. But then they use the weakness of themselves or try to act like they're weak and not accountable and can't help themselves whenever it's convenient. It's almost as a weapon because physically they can't be. Like I forget who I was talking to this about. Physically, women can't really beat men across the world with these. So they use cunning. I don't really follow the Bible, but I like to use it as an example. Eve didn't force Adam to eat that apple or that fruit.
Right.
She was probably beautiful and sexy. She probably tantalized him, and he knew it was wrong, but he was like, "Man, my girl eating it, so I'm gonna do it too." You know what I'm saying? She tantalized him into doing that, and that's how females move, man. They use their cunning.
Powerful, man. Women are powerful, man.
How often? Oh no, go ahead. I don't want to cut you off. Go ahead.
Women are powerful, man. I don't take that power away. My problem with most of them is the accountability. But I do recognize they're probably powerful, man. But it just seemed like for me, it's like their power is being gained on our back. And
of course, they have power because we allow it.
But not allow it. We don't allow them to do anything. I just think.
No, I mean as far as laws like affirmative action and child support and alimony and stuff like that. These are things that men created for their benefit.
We did that dumb shit.
Yeah.
We did. I mean, did you think about it, man? We kind of dumb in some aspects. We want to control shit, so we put these rules that work against us. Like the men did that shit.
Yeah.
We told them, look, I'm the man, and I want you to be this docile ass woman, stay your ass home, cook, clean up. But when they got tired of that shit, then the motherfucker said, okay, well, I'll give you so much money because you didn't. We did that. They didn't do that. We did that. All we had to do was say, look, get your ass in the field with us and work. And this shit would have worked out perfect. They've been working. They was working during the war. That's what started this whole.
After war, it was like World War II. What is it? The chick, the armor hammer. Like, what's the chick with the
bandana?
With the bandana and the hammer. Yeah. I forget what it was.
That started after World War II because all the men were at war. There was nobody to run these factories.
Right.
So when women got that sense of power, they like, fuck it. We want to do that too. We can do this shit. Because that's the start of the feminist movement. Yeah. Right. They've been told so long that they can't do this and can't do that and can't do this. When they found out that they can do that shit, fuck it. We gonna do it. But now at this point in our growth as a country, women like, all right, we've already proved that we can do this and that. So we want more power. And at the same time, society is putting us on this down level. Black men ain't shit. Black men ain't shit.
Yep.
You know? So I think, my opinion, I think the women are saying, because, you know, emotionally, we have shitted on them. Right. You know?
Right.
So they saying, well, fuck it. These motherfuckers ain't no good. We gonna do our own thing and we don't need them.
Right,
but
right.
You can't do that with us for black, because we go hand in hand. It can't be you without me.
It can't.
Like,
especially in a foreign land, where we are the minority. It's just way less of us. We need as much unity amongst ourselves, and it's just sad that we kill each other like Chicago and Memphis, different cities. It's like our numbers are already small, and we just killing each other over some of the most mundane things, some of the things that could easily be handled. You go your way, I go my way. Now, if somebody trying to kill your mother or something like that, that's one thing. But most of these instances where people are just getting senselessly murdered, it be over buns, or it be over you looked at me a certain way, or you said something about you said something on social media. Like the easiest things to walk away with. Oh, I can't have him talk shit to me. I'm trying to keep my rep. No, yo, you could talk all the shit you want to me. You can curse at me. You could say like some people like, yo, somebody tell me that's my D, but boom, I'm about to go kill him. I'm like, really? You gonna throw your whole life away because somebody said some gay shit to you?
Yeah.
I forget. I was talking a Facebook status a couple years back. I said, somebody tell me something like D. That actually, like, yeah, they trying to emasculate me, but it makes them actually look gay. What if I really was gay? I was like, I'm glad you asked. I was like, fuck it. Like, that's what you stupid. Like, you know what I mean? And then black folks, we supposed to be the funniest people on earth. We the best at roasting and snapping. We the best at the great comebacks. So if that's the case, why are so many of us so easily controlled if we call it a nigga or somebody say S my D and we ready to just throw our entire life away? And we supposed to be more smarter? And we supposed to have the better comebacks? And we supposed to be more intelligent? But so many of us is, well, you can't never say no, my mama, you can't say this about me. But like, and I'm talking about, like, obviously if somebody in your face, you want to protect yourself, obviously cool, but you do it to de-escalate the situation, not kill somebody because they cussed at you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about online. Like, people have gotten killed over trash talk online. Yeah, you could just block a person and just like, okay, he says as my D, he called me a B, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You could literally just go on with your life. Imagine me killing somebody, you know what I'm saying, because they say as my D, and I'm in prison for the rest of my life with just dirty cellmates, smelling feet and farts, and looking at fat ass CEO chicks that think they cute. You know what I mean? Imagine that. Imagine.
In there, you don't want to be.
I'm not going down, like, you know what I'm saying, over an argument over some idiots that I'm sorry. If they willing to throw their life away with some words, I'm better than that person. I'm not going to jail because I'm, you know what I'm saying, over somebody I'm better than. Man, forget that. And I roast better than you. You try to, if somebody want to roast me, I will roast you. I'm better than you at it. Anything that you say, you want to say to SMID, I'll flip it in so many ways and make you feel so small. It's nothing. So we're supposed to be so high and intelligent and so smart and have the best comebacks, but so many of our black people just throw our lives away just because of what somebody said. That's crazy to me, yo.
Black men mostly.
Yeah.
And we have fragile egos, man. We got fragile egos. I tell my women friend all the time that, y'all are smarter than us, man. Y'all are. Y'all just instinctively smarter than us. Men have fragile ass egos. We are base. We're just base creatures, man. Women are emotional. Men are base. We are driven by sex. Women are driven by emotion. It's just for me, it's just shit.
That's real. That's real.
Simple shit.
No, that's real.
When you have a confrontation like that, most motherfuckers can't walk away from it. Cause now my ego on the line. So I gotta
prove it. I gotta prove myself.
I gotta respond.
To who? You would think people getting paid to prove themselves. And then all these niggas in the hood, they act so tough, but how many of them is trying to be professional boxers? If you that goddamn tough and you want to take it out on people and be a thug, join the military. Become a police officer.
I said,
become a personal bodyguard. Nah, it's just some hood shit, and you feel good. You feel good for a moment because you punch somebody in their face, but you risking your entire life. You might have all kinds of beef. Now you're putting everybody, like your family and stuff, in danger. Like, oh, I ain't worried about that nigga. Be worried about it. If you watch The Wire, Omar got killed by a 14-year-old boy.
Yeah.
Be worried about it. Some of the world's most heinous killers is from some of the most scaredy cat people. You know what I'm saying? You never take anybody like that. Huh? What was that?
You do things like that out of fear. Like, you know, when
that's crazy, man.
You're at your most dangerous when you scared.
Yeah.
You don't know what you'll do, man, to you know, alleviate that fear. You'll do anything, man.
Yo, the first law of nature is self-preservation. So when you're afraid like that, that shit kicks in. Like I'm trying to stay alive. You know what I'm saying? Man. But I try to preserve myself. Like I didn't make it to 42 by accident. Yeah, there's been situations I probably got embarrassed. I probably got cussed out. I probably should have fought more in my life. But I probably dead.
Yeah.
I should have been dead a few times, maybe 20 years ago.
My brother, like you know, I played basketball. I played ball. Yeah. I asked my brother one day, you know, I was born in Chicago, and I always wondered, you know, what kind of basketball player would I be if I would have stayed out there? So I asked him one day, and he was like, "Man, you'd have been dead." Yeah. And I couldn't argue with him, because you know, I can defend myself, and I know how to fight, but I'm not carrying no guns like that in that kind of atmosphere.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I probably would have been killed or shot or something, man. You know, so it's all dependent, I think, on your environment and things of that nature. Crime is really dependent on poverty, and people commit crimes against the people that they closer to. In
close proximity to, yeah.
Right. You commit crimes to the people that you live near. You don't go anywhere and do the shit that you would do.
You can't do that. It won't work. You try to go in the suburbs as a black man, do some, man, you going down. And just like a white person try to come to the hood and be on that shit. They gonna be dead. They ain't gonna make it either. So
ain't gonna come into a black neighborhood and try to, you know, it's just not gonna work.
I just think, man, whether we have differences between each other as black folks, man, we should still just have some type of code. And I hate using this term because, like, to agree to disagree. I hate saying that shit because if you disagree, it's already implied that you agree to disagree. Like, and it's a cliche phrase that a lot of people say just to end the conversation. But sometimes it'll be like, yo, listen, you believe what you believe, I believe what I believe, cool. You know what I'm saying? You go your way. It's been times I've had a negative interaction with somebody at a particular bar. I could be like, fuck it, I'm gonna just keep going to this bar, whatever, this is my bar. I was like, nah, you know what? There's 100 other bars in the city. You keep that bar, I'm gonna be right over here. I'm gonna just get some bun. I'm gonna get some buns over here. That's the way I see it. You know, I don't wake up with violence, as they said Kwame Brown did. I don't wake up with violence and just wanting to get at people and prove myself and just prove how tough I am. Especially like over 40.
That's another example of black, especially black men and their sports heroes with idol worship. Kwame Brown. We just like I love Jordan, but I had problems with him when I started becoming more aware of things.
Of how he was.
I was a basketball player. The man, I just, you know, and I was trying to tell some of my friends that, like, and they know I love Jordan, but I was like, man, when his mother asked him to support that brother out in Carolina against that virulent racist Jesse Helms, this motherfucker is so racist. He in Wikipedia as the racist. And I mean, seriously, man, you look this motherfucker up, man. He was one of the most racist congressmen in U.S. history. And you couldn't give an endorsement to that man. And then Carolina went through all this bullshit because of Jesse Helms, man. Jesse Helms was on Biden ticket. Jesse Helms was helping Biden. People don't do their research. People don't research things. They don't research. And I think the problem with black people is we get all our information from headlines, and then we try to formulate these educated opinions from fucking fools, you know? So when you get these news motherfuckers that don't really know the fuck they talking about and you regurgitating that shit, you look fucking stupid. Go do some research, man. Oh, yeah. Research this shit, man. Research.
I mean, but when you see a headline, though, a lot of times it is tempting to hop on it. But all you got to do is do like a simple Google search and just see if 4 or 5 results kind of match up with that. Because you can kind of filtrate to kind of figure out what leans more to like what seems true and what's not. If it's just one thing and nothing else says it, it's probably not true. You know what I'm saying? When you got like hundreds of results pretty much saying the same thing, then it's it's probably, you know what I mean, it probably leans more to the truth. And a lot of us, we don't, well, first of all, if people don't like you or like a celebrity, like 50 Cent said in Power, everything they said about that nigga, he did that shit. So and it's funny, like when they don't like somebody, anything that's negative says they believe it. He got AIDS, I believe it. He's gay, I believe it. He killed all these people, I believe it. But if it's something, if it's the flip side, he just won $10 million. I don't believe that. He got a bad chick from Brazil. I don't believe that. He just did charity in a soup kitchen. I don't believe that.
Black people.
That's crazy to me, yo.
The thing with us, man, we love our celebrities, man. We love them, man. We love them, man. And that thing with R. Kelly. Remember when that shit went down with R. Kelly? We watch this nigga pee on that little You know what we did? We went out and bought that album.
We gave him a pass.
Chocolate Factory went double platinum. It wasn't until the white motherfucker said.
Yeah, they hopped on and said it was wrong, yeah.
And then we said, you know what? R. Kelly an animal.
And it's sad to say.
Cues from them, man.
Yeah. Because in the hood, even though that was egregious, peeing on kids and all that, whatever. But in the hood, especially like when I was in middle school, 14, there was always 14-year-old chicks, 13-year-old chicks that was messing with dudes that was like 20. That was just a common occurrence. You know what I'm saying? Not justifying it, not saying it's right and nothing like that. Right. But that was just a common thing. That's why black people weren't in as much of an uproar back then. But now, you know, since Me Too, we're in different times. Since the white people hopped on it, and since now it's like we take the cues from them. They set the standards. So when they say something, then we fall in line. Yeah. When we should have had our own higher standards in general. Right. Our standards shouldn't be based on the white people say it's good. Like, is we sick, boss? We sick, and that's pretty much what that is, man. You know what I'm saying? We should have been condemned. We should have been stopped supporting him back then when we first saw the videos. Yep. They was passing it around. They was passing it around in the barbershop. Not even realizing, bro, that's kitty porn, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be technical, anybody who watched it, and there's millions who watched it, if you want to be technical, a lot of motherfuckers would be in jail behind watching that shit.
Yeah, man.
But it ain't enough prisons. Huh?
We had to wait for our cue.
Yeah.
We had to wait for our cue to be outraged. You know, when Bo said, you know, R. Kelly, we said, you know, R. Kelly is an animal. We gonna duck. That's what it is, man.
Bill Cosby a monster. Yeah, he is a monster.
He is a monster. Yeah.
When you're regurgitating like the rhetoric from Massa, man, I just like some of my people. Like I said, I'm no Bill Cosby advocate or anything. Like I'm just an advocate for logic and truth. And just to bring it back, because we kind of got off topic, but it's still like within the umbrella or the diaspora we're talking about. But just to see so many black people, you would think they was white. You could literally, if you didn't see some of these people avatars and profiles and see the way they come at it, you would think they was white people, man.
Yeah, man.
Especially I see like a lot of like men hating black lesbians. They hate black. A lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them hate black men in general. So when something like this guy, you know, Bill Cosby is America's dad. He promotes heterosexuality. He promotes the family unit. He promotes, you know, even though yes, he was in his private life, he was being a hoe, whatever. But I'm saying on the surface, he promotes good, positive, nuclear, heterosexual ideals. All that shit is like totally anti what a homosexual woman is. I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking them like that, but their lifestyle doesn't really promote a nuclear. It's not a nuclear thing. Like say yes, they can adopt. Yes, you can get your baby in a test tube and have a little Franken baby or some shit like that. Spend $20,000-$30,000 to have a kid in a motherfucking machine. You can go through all that trouble, but they're not really promoting like a traditional nuclear type style of family.
That's their mission statement. They don't promote the nuclear family structure anymore. That's BLM.
That's crazy. Yeah. That's great. Like if you want to have the gay family, that's cool. If you want to be, you know, whatever, that's cool. But just be more open and objective, and don't be so ready just to hop on the person that's promoting that just because you don't like them, without even looking at all the facts, without even carefully weighing everything out. It's just they throw out trigger words. How could you like a rapist? He raped everybody.
That's what I got.
What's wrong with you? I'm like,
and that was the thing.
Really?
Man. That was the thing with me with this Cosby shit. Nobody even stopped to go look at the 04 shit. Nobody. It's just like
I didn't even really know about it.
And Cash ran with it. Then they said this, and ran, like I said earlier, man, that the blue pill became Quaaludes. Nobody said anything about fucking Quaaludes, man. She said it. This
old ass drug.
Yeah, he gave me a blue pill. Then the court found out that the shit was antihistamine. Benadryl.
So, what's an old school drug that don't exist anymore? Like, they might as well say beetle nut.
Yeah. I mean, these things are 40 years old, man. What they had? 13 years old.
What they had? Weed. The weed was called hemp. They had some hemp.
Cocoa gold and shit.
Yeah, some old shit that was like, really? This is what we talking about? Yeah. some moonshine.
Yo, Mo, the court called that shit antihistamine. The court.
He's like, what?
The court
called
that shit antihistamine.
So you ain't drugging nobody. Like, come on, man.
With especially antihistamine.
She.
It's crazy, man. But all this stuff was in the 04 document.
But you know what though? Even before I talked about this in my last little live I did, but even before we get to 2004, right? Bill Cosby was born in 1937, so 20 years from now, I think he started comedy like at the age of 18. So by 1955, he was popping. He was popping kind of early. He started like 6 months before Richard Pryor.
I Spy was the first show, and it was the first show to feature a black lead.
Oh, okay. So the point I'm trying to make is, right?
First black lead on television.
During that time, like, let me see, like, when was the year that Emmett Till was assassinated?
Emmett Till was murdered in 60, I think. 60,
yeah, so
they kicked off the civil rights.
Yeah. See, okay. So, but by that time, Bill Cosby was already pretty famous. You understand what I'm saying? Around the same time, Reuben Carter was damn near the champion of the world. He got railroaded, got 30 years for a murder that he didn't commit.
Late 60s,
I think Medgar Evers around that time got assassinated. There was a lot of it just counted. Comedy we use rules of three. I don't want to use a whole bunch of examples,
but paid for the podium Martin gave the speech on in Washington.
Damn, I didn't even know that. That's why I brought you on this, just to help me out with these facts. I'm just trying to paint a picture, right? I'm trying to paint a picture, and a lot of people touched on this, and I didn't touch on this because other people did. Just anybody that's objective and logical can come to the same conclusion. You got Emmett Till got railroaded, got assassinated for some shit he didn't do. Medgar Evers murdered for something he didn't do. Reuben Carter got railroaded and got thrown in prison for 30-something years for some shit he didn't do. Countless black people got hung in various ways for things they didn't do in the 1960s, right? How the fuck could a black person actually do some shit like rape 50-something white women between 1960 and 1980 and nothing? What makes Bill Cosby so special that nothing happened to them, but we see countless of innocent black people got railroaded back then? Because it's like, if he was really doing that, if anybody should go under the jail, it should have been him. What made him so special? They don't say, oh, because he was famous and he had power. That's why he was the exception. But look at motherfucking Reuben Carter. Look at Muhammad Ali. So you can't. There were famous black people that was still getting hung and still getting mistreated and still getting disrespected. You mean to tell me it was a Ted Bundy without the murder, but a Ted Bundy level rapist during the 60s that was black, and every single white woman was afraid to tell on Bill Cosby? He didn't even have a.
Some of these women were famous.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody said
that's what. So they had power, they had money. Bill Cosby didn't even. I could see he had that demeanor of like a Jack Johnson or who's the first dude that Sonny Liston, like just that tough brute. Bill Cosby didn't even have that type of demeanor. These women was really afraid to tell on. Are you in the 60s?
He really
women was
women. He wasn't a powerful figure, right? He wasn't really powerful. He had just broke into TV. He did comedy. He just
exactly. That's a good point.
He could have got somebody a TV show or somebody on a spot on a TV show. He didn't have that kind of power at that time. He was just amassing power.
Yeah, so, but that's what makes it even look. That's what makes it even look worse. Like, how this dude is not that powerful. Y'all gonna let him get away, but y'all tell on Emmett Till who did nothing, but you don't tell on Bill Cosby who actually quote unquote did something. It don't make no sense. And you can't say because he's powerful, because Reuben Carter was more powerful, Muhammad Ali was more powerful, and they both got railroaded.
Man,
it logically don't make no sense. And if you're a black person, and if you can look at that and you still, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you should say he's innocent. But if you break down all that stuff from the 60s and how the hell was he so special to get away with it, and you can at least say, this doesn't make no sense, I'm not going to touch this. At least say that. But to take this strong stance for you to really believe he did this shit, but it doesn't logically match up with the times at all. People that fuck with black people still don't really F with black people or let people get away with stuff. Let alone let a person get away like was, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Put it this way. Like I said, black people get hung for stuff they didn't do all the time. That's like a white American black time. I said black time. It's funny. That's a white American pastime. Just blame the nigga. Blame the nigga. Yeah. We the Jews of America. You know what I'm saying? Just like they were just blaming the Jews for whatever in the Germany.
Blame a black dude.
Blame the black person. So we always blame. They always blame black people for stuff they didn't do, but it's this one black person who allegedly actually did stuff, and this is the one instance where he's so special that we don't blame him. Fat Albert was good, but it wasn't that good.
It don't happen.
The Cosby Show wasn't that good to let alleged rapists go run rampant. He didn't do it. That's what it comes down to, yo. He just had a bad. Yeah.
That's what made me think about it, man. Like once you listen to the stuff that these women were saying, you like, come on, man. And you know it was all scripted. Because everybody has the
same story. That's right? Another thing that's dicey. How 50 people have the same story? And that's why I say Ted Bundy level. Because if you know anything about Ted Bundy, especially when he was at the height of his murder, he had a certain profile type of woman. They kind of looked like his mother. They had brown hair. They were young. You know what I'm saying? He would beat him over the head, drag him, tie him up, and do his business. And he did that consistently until he started going real crazy at the end.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you putting Cosby on some Ted Bundy level. Y'all all got the same exact story.
Mm-hmm. But
from
remember,
50.
After 83, they stopped making those pills. So what the fuck was he giving these women?
Yeah. After that.
Everybody got the same story. He gave me a pill. I became unconscious. I woke up, my breasts were wet. Like, yo, it's just crazy. It's the same.
But then you kept, but even after that, you still was friends and it kept going back. She got broke. They did the civil suit. Or whatever. I don't know what happened with the civil suit, but he wound up paying out $3.8 million.
3.8. He gave the woman 3.8 million.
Gave it to her. Was that a settlement, or was that a settlement from the case, or did he just give it to her?
It was a civil, because if the criminal fails, then you can always sue in civil, right?
Right.
So she sued him in civil, and
how was she able to win? How? So you think he just paid it just for it to go away, just not to deal with it no more?
I believe so.
Because he didn't want to cop out. Remember, in the prison, he didn't want to cop out. Say it again.
Jackson did that too. That's why he messed up.
A lot of you know what? If you work between $500 million to $1 billion, $3 million is dropping a bucket. Yo, this chick, it's a whole bunch of drama. I don't feel like going through the court. Hey, just take this money and just whatever. You know what I'm saying? But
he went through the criminal thing, right?
Yeah.
Found not guilty. She took him to civil. So my belief is, he was just like, look, she feels like I did something. She feels like she was wronged in some fashion. Yeah. So if she believes that I was wrong, I'm not found of anything criminal, but the civil court gonna say, well, she did. Okay, here go 3.8.
Yeah. So it's a little more loose. It's a little more loose, yeah.
We're gonna seal this case, and then we're done with it. Where they went wrong,
they used the testimony.
They unsealed it. And then they read the testimony where he said, yes, I gave her pills.
But
never said what they were.
Yep.
The court concluded that it was antihistamine, the equivalent of Benadryl, but he did admit, I gave her pills. He never admitted that he raped anybody. And this was in 2004. She wasn't satisfied with it, obviously. And this is the thing that kills me. He gave the woman 3.8 mil. She continued to try to have a relationship with her afterwards. When it failed, now she's angry. I'm giving myself to this man or whatever, and we're doing this and this. He's acting like we're in a relationship, but he's not treating me like we're in a relationship. So now I'm mad. So he raped me. He raped me.
One thing I gotta say to this whole shit, Bill Cosby dead wrong because that bitch look like Mick Jagger. Man, I'm sorry, man. I got the moves like Jagger. I got the moves. Yo, when I see this chick, I'm like, this Bruce Springsteen. Well, because I mess with, throughout my life, I've had an affinity towards butch lesbians. I'm not gonna lie. It's an ego thing, but cuter ones. It's an ego thing because in my mind, I don't really believe in like lesbians. I believe that they're all bisexual and like the right man with the right type of game. I just like proving them wrong. And during the act, I said I thought you was a lesbian. Whatever. That's my whole psychotic thing. Whatever. Right. But the butch that he was messing with, man. She's like a 1980s wide receiver. She like
the white boy from the Seahawks.
Yo, man, she like a slot receiver. Man. She looking like Wayne. She like Wayne Corbett for the Jets.
She do, man.
So I'm like, even her old younger pictures, she's still younger. She's still like a dude. I'm like, there's nothing
that
feminine.
Woman not gay, man. That woman
she used to mess
gay.
with. I found out she used to date Steve Nash.
Yeah, that woman not gay, man.
Yeah.
I was talking to another young lady on Facebook. I was telling you the other day, and she was like, "Well, she wasn't interested in Cosby. She was gay." I said, "Well, when did she come out the closet? 2015." Yeah. I said, "Now ain't that a coincidence that she claims gay or homosexuality the same year her court case is up?"
Because she wants the backing of that group too.
That group.
You're aligning with certain groups, and I know the discussion
on profile, on net worth, and all that. It's that straight single right there. She's a straight woman, and she's single. But now
she dated Steve Nash. Yep,
she's gay. You see how it changed?
So why should he mess with her? And even she was, man. You know how many, man? Listen, I've been with so many butchers, man. They be out here freaky. Like a mother. That don't mean nothing. Like the outside appearances, yes, they get in relationships, they hold hands with another chick, but every now and again, they got that cave and that cavern down there that has a natural inclination towards the natural thing it was supposed to do. That's why even if a lot of lesbians don't mess with men, and I got a whole joke about that, they still use toys that look like male phalluses. And I feel like if you was truly a female that didn't like men, you wouldn't want your toys to look anything like the male genitalia, period. You need your toy to like a tongue or a fist or Wanda Sykes afro, not no penises. Because you ain't never see a gay dude put on some pussy pull-ups. You never seen a gay dude put on some pussy underwear. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, we don't need no condoms. I got these pussy. You never see that. But women, but women that claim they like women, they always use like sex toys that look like the man parts. Come on now.
You know, their sensitive part is, kind of inside.
Oh, okay.
I mean?
Yeah.
They need those things to go in there to stimulate that thing, man. So,
right. But like I said, they can shape it like something else. They can like a fist, with a fist, with a tongue. You know what I'm saying? With an afro, Wanda Sykes afro, something. No, you going straight for the male parts and a big black one at that. That's the highest selling. You can't even find those in stores.
I know, right? Those are highest selling ones out there, right?
But they hate us. But they hate us so much. They hate black folks.
I don't think they hate us. I think they just a little upset that they've been like, it's like when a poor person get money, right? They're not gonna put that shit in the bank or open those savings account. They gonna go buy that Benz, motherfucker. It's the same thing. They've been downtrodden for so long. Yeah. That when they finally start getting power, it's like, man, fuck that shit. But it'll even out. It'll even out.
I think it'll get better. We just need more. We've been talking for a while, so I'm about to wrap it up soon. But we need more brothers like me, yourself, other cats that think on our level, like your sister and stuff like. It's funny. I never even realized Sarita, right? I never realized that was your sister. I saw the picture because y'all don't look nothing alike. That's just weird.
No, that's my baby sister, man.
Y'all got the same mother and father too?
Yeah.
Oh, really? I would have never guessed it. But just like a lot of my posts, like when I would be bashing religion or just certain things, or when I was talking about Trump, I noticed that she agreed a lot with a lot of things I said. And then when I saw that y'all was related, I was like, okay, it makes sense. That's the mindset. That's the universe that she's coming from. So it makes sense that, you know what I'm saying, we all, and it's good to connect with people that actually are conscious online and that's not overly emotional and that's objective. And it's some things we disagree about, but we can disagree with each other as adults and just keep it moving. Like I would never just come down to, because I don't know, I think you're like a big Kobe fan, right? I know you and Juvon go back and forth. It's weird. You and Juvon Vintners, y'all cats go back and forth a lot. But I think y'all both Kobe fans though, right?
He's anti-Jordan.
Yeah, he's anti-Jordan. Yeah.
I'm fans of basketball players.
Yeah.
I see the men. I'm just not, okay, he's my favorite basketball player. He's absolved of anything. No, I'm not that dude.
Yeah,
I'm not that guy, man. I'm not the guy to talk about how many times you won. I'm the guy to talk about your flaws when you play. Everybody's going to talk about, you scored 60, you scored 30. My thing is, well, he had a bad shot selection, or Jordan was a bad teammate at points.
Yeah.
Everybody knows his accolades, but nobody points at the things that he might have been bad at.
I was listening to some interview about Jordan when he went to the Wizards. I didn't realize how he stuck the growth of so many players there, man. Because he was trying to maintain Rip Hamilton, Stackhouse, Jahadi White, all them cats. Because he was trying to, you know what? He was trying to maintain that all-time scoring average of 30, was it 31 a game or 30 a game?
Yeah.
I think he has the all-time, and I think Will Chamberlain is like second, like third. I think Jordan's like 30.5 and like Will Chamberlain's like 30, something like that, whatever.
Right.
So he told, there was an interview, he told Doug Collins straight up, yo, just keep giving me the ball on the block. I don't care about none of these people. And take me out when I tell you to take me out. When you got young players like Hamilton, like Stackhouse was better than Jordan at that particular time. But Hamilton was probably damn near better than home. You know what I'm saying?
Stackhouse was better than him at that time, too. And Stackhouse just came out and said he hated this shit.
Yeah.
He said they couldn't even get the ball. So the offense revolved around Jordan. So they would literally get him the ball and wait for him to do something.
Wait for a 40-year-old man, like I'm 40, I feel good, but I can't run no 22-year-olds.
I can, but I can't at that level.
You're in shape. Yeah, at that level. You probably go for
competitive basketball.
Yeah. For a few minutes, but after that little 15-minute hit, the age kick in, you like, bro, I can't. Your lungs ain't the same, man.
I tried jogging the other day. I tried jogging, and my shins started hurting. I was like, yo, fuck, my shins hurt.
Because if you don't do it a lot, obviously your body's not used to it, and we just getting older. We don't have that optimal that we had years ago. But you know what I'm saying? Like, but just hearing that stuff about Jordan, I was like, and the whole Kwame Brown and all that, I was like, yeah, if you're a new young player, but you got this old dude still focusing on his own stuff. I think they missed the playoffs by one game each year with the Wizards. If they would have played just more team ball and just involved everybody, they probably could have made the playoffs those years, man.
I'm kind of glad Kwame Brown is speaking up.
Speaking out against the media and all that. We need that, man.
He's speaking up because he's been a punchline for years, man.
Yeah.
And the way he was treated throughout the league, he got shitted on by Jordan. Then he go to LA. Now he got Kobe screaming on him. Yeah. Kobe want to be like Jordan. I'm going to scream on him too. And,
I was looking at the highlights. Kwame Brown wasn't bad. Yo, you don't become the #1 overall high school draft pick if you trash.
For nothing.
They said
killing motherfuckers.
They say he was busting. Who was it? Elton Brand. Who else? Tyson Chandler. They say he was destroying all of them, man. Yeah.
Killing them. When you go to a program with somebody like that dude, there's no way it's going to be beneficial to you, man. It's not going to benefit you because this dude, who he is, he's playing individual ball. He's not thinking about, like you said, he's not thinking about team. Plus, he wasn't even there. I don't think he was there to win. He was trying to become a part owner at the time he played for the Wizards.
Yeah.
I think those white boys was like, look, we'll let you in, but you got to play.
Yeah. He's like, all right.
Sales, you know what I'm saying?
And he wanted to maintain, that 30. He scored exactly what he did to maintain that average. That he wanted to maintain that average, man. You know what I'm saying?
Boys, man. He
you know what's funny though? I kind of liked his game at the Wizards, even though he wasn't as athletic. I like his little post up pump fake game. The old game. I liked it. Honestly, like, even though it kind of robbed the team, I kind of like that old man game.
old man Jordan game. He ain't dunking. He might dunk, but it's little dunks and you know.
Every now and again, like he got the two-handed block against who was it? Mercer, Ron Mercer, I think, when he blocked it with both hands against the glass.
Yeah, was that against the Bulls? Did he do that against the Bulls?
I think he did it against Mercer, and then he had another one where he caught somebody. He caught Sprewell with the ball fake. And then later,
he was a monster, man. Just
the little old man moves, man. Huh?
He was a monster in both sense of the words, you know.
Listen, I'm gonna say something you probably disagree, but he just better be glad that Penny Hardaway got hurt. Because Penny was gonna take that.
And Len Bias.
Yeah, Penny was gonna take that. Penny was already busting his ass.
I don't know about Penny.
The way he used to effortlessly bust their ass, like him and Pippen, they was trying to double team. He would just split through. Penny was never. Nice. That was my favorite, right? Yeah, man. I don't know. You kind of built like you got the frame, like the wiry, like the smooth. I think I saw you got the smooth game like him too. But Penny just had that.
My boys call me Old Kobe. You look like Old Kobe.
Kobe wasn't smooth to me. He was more ferocious. He was like, you know what I'm saying, like a Russell Westbrook. Penny was just like on some like Allen Houston or T-Mac. You know what I'm saying? Like their whole demeanor, like they laid backness on the court. You know what I'm saying? But you know, Kobe was just ferocious, huh?
I think Kobe but had to become who he became. Right?
Yeah.
He didn't come in the league with the natural gifts like Penny.
No, right.
Jordan, you know,
right.
And then he shot those air balls. So I think
4 in a row.
After those failures, Holmes was like, look, I'm going to work my ass off to be one of the top players. And he did. And
he was good at mimicking, too.
I think those Jordan comparisons kind of went to his head.
Yeah.
Everybody, but that's the business. Look, the NBA is a business. They looking for somebody.
The next one.
Yeah. So
they try to wear Harold. They try to wear Harold. Yeah. They tried it with Harold Miner. They tried it with J.R. Ryder. You know what I'm saying? They tried it with Penny.
The next Jordan, because they want these
Grant Hill
rivalries. No, I subtract that. The rivalries was in the 80s. Lakers, Celtics, these guys. When Jordan came around, it was let's find that next superstar that'll carry that team. Then you notice the atmosphere of the NBA became every good player wanted to be the hero. T-Mac. Penny, Shaq,
Vince Carter,
Vince Carter. They all wanted to be the ones at the end of the game to have the Jordan type play. I'm gonna hit the last shot to win the game, and that's when it became individual ball. We going back to team ball now. It's a lot more team ball now.
The Suns right now, that's pure team ball, man. Straight up.
Team ball.
I hope Chris Paul. I hope he get it too. I hope
Chris Paul win too. I think he should have went to LA. That year.
And they revoked the trade. He would have had a couple of them. He
should have went to LA.
But you know what? We could talk forever. We're going to do this again. It was good bringing you on Kwiwanas, man. You know, just being the historian that you are. This is the MoMentary Podcast. For some reason, I got to fix my computer to get my Zoom working again because we can do it like this. It's just so much better with the Zoom, bro. It's so much better.
With the Zoom, man. My computer just updated.
It's just now updated. Hey, you know what? We still made it happen. I'm gonna still do my little editing and have my intro and all that good stuff. Have your name at the bottom, my name at the top. So I'm gonna still work it out. Just basically like I'll say to the people, man, like Black people, we need to try to stay on code more and leave it to other groups to condemn our others if they need condemning, but we need not help them do that. You know what I'm saying? And we need to know all the facts about a situation before we try to condemn our own, and just recognize the good that some of our heroes, you know what I'm saying, the things that they have done historically, recognize they're good. You know what I'm saying? Despite the things that they're going through. You know what I mean? And I'd rather us not say anything than hop on these white platforms and bash our Black people, especially when we don't have all the facts and especially when we being emotional. That's it. That's all I had to say. Anything you had to say before we wrap it up?
Not too much, man. Just do more research, man. I implore people. You know, research things, man. You know, even if you get a soundbite or a headline, research it. You know, go on the computer, research it, and then cross-reference it.
Yes.
You know, so then you can speak from a place of intelligence, and knowing. You know, don't just take, oh, he a rapist and then regurgitate it. Yeah, he a rapist. You know?
Trigger words.
Yeah, trigger words. Yeah, do some research and cross-reference your research, man, so you can speak from a place of knowledge and knowing. You know, I think that's the biggest thing with us, man. Everybody want to have a voice, and the internet allows everybody to have a voice, but everybody's voice ain't always the one you should really pay attention to. Some motherfuckers is just babbling.
And notice throughout this whole pod, throughout this conversation, we didn't bash anybody, we didn't call anybody out, we didn't say anybody was stupid or anything like that, because we're not in the business of that. We're just in the business of us just trying to elevate and just trying to come to an understanding. And just because I don't disagree with you doesn't mean I don't respect you. You understand? I hate you. Or I'm gonna shit on you or nothing like that. It's just if I see that you're being emotional and you're not being objective, I'm gonna just call it out and I'm gonna just leave it there. I'm not gonna keep going back and forth with individuals. I'll just put my opinion out there or put my perspective, and I'll just leave it at that. But as Black people, even if we disagree, it's only 30 million of us in the United States, man. 35 million. We got to stay on code. We got to be unified as possible, despite having different religions and different ideas and different ideologies. And that's the only way we're going to succeed and win this shit. But if we keep doing the white person's job and destroying each other, man, listen, we gonna fucking damn near just go extinct or just fully assimilate. That's it.
We're gonna be in the same boat we've been in, man.
Yep. But that's pretty much it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, stuff is happening in the media all the damn time, so you will be getting a call soon. As soon as something pop up, you know, if I see you going back and forth and you're knowledgeable and it's a topic I'm interested in, I'm gonna definitely hit you up, man. I appreciate it, man. I'll holler at you.
Thanks, Mo.
Enjoy your 4th of July weekend. I don't know what you're doing tomorrow, but I got a comedy show tomorrow night at the Elbow Room. It's some July 3 comedy. .eventbrite.com. I'll inbox you the link. If you can come, cool. If not, I got a whole bunch of other shows and stuff coming up. You know what I'm saying?
I'll make one of them. But you know, these little dudes, man. Carter!
Yeah, I hear him back there, man.
Come here, man.
Yep.
Out of my boy.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on, Carter, man? How you doing, man?
Good.
That's your son or your grand?
That's my son.
Oh, okay. All right.
Middle son.
Oh, okay, yeah. I still, as far as I know, I don't know, but the girl I'm dating right now, she said, you got about 4 or 5 years. She said, by the time I'm 35, nope, we can't have it. I was like, all right, I agree. All right. So
you will want some in your
no, I do. I just want to get like things with my career and stuff a little bit rolling. I'm not saying I gotta be perfect, but things gotta be a little bit better before I make that step. But I got a good woman right now, and this is the mindset that she's talking. I'm 42, so I'm not afraid of that conversation anymore. Like, I don't want to be the 60-year-old dad at the PTA meeting.
Yeah, you don't want that.
You be like, are you his grandfather? I'm gonna be lying like, yeah, I'm his granddad. Knowing damn well that's my son. With that being said, man, I'll holler at you, player. All right?
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Man, yes, sir. Yeah, God bless. Peace, man. Yep.
Peace.
That was it, man. I had to do the podcast here. It was one-sided on the IG, but I had to do the podcast on here because for some reason my Zoom is acting up. I don't know what it is that I have to do to make this work properly, but it's been giving me a lot of problems. When we talked about Bill Cosby, I mean, me and Kwi, we pretty much talked about a whole bunch of things, man. I'm about to download this, go back in, chop it up, and I'll holler at y'all. Hashtag everybody need more green. It's not commentary. It's momentary. It's not commentary. It's momentary. Peace.